Alright, I'm back for more, you're back for more. Thanks for coming back. Jumping into Mexico here in a front wheel drive. Luna reverse. Actually, on the reverse of this, meaning the forward ways, I set a world record in all wheel drive cars. So hopefully can put a pretty good time here in front wheel drive. Let's see how we do.
2, 1, off we go.
It's going to be a little bit of a different approach when we're coming into a front wheel drive vehicle. We don't have those rear wheels pushing us through the corner. So a little bit more of a pointing yourself under braking and then shooting out on the gas once you've completed your rotation. So trying to get a good exit out of that tight corner into this little mini straight. At the end of this we got a tight hairpin. So we're actually going to navigate this with a lot of body weight control, not using the handbrake there. Also coming into this 3 don't cut, but we're definitely going to try to cut as close as we can for the optimal radius there. Definitely can pick up some speed through there. And then coming into this right 4, we're going to turn right and we're going to hold the wheel. We're not going to counter steer, and that's going to give us a nice edge to really get the car rotated around. This is just a turn where you can definitely understeer to your death. Definitely very easy to go off the cliff there. Definitely taking it easy, trying to stay alive. Now coming up to a bit of a flowy section, so we're going to stay flat on the gas. We're going to overlap the brakes here, and again here, and perhaps we need to overlap the brakes a little bit more. But again, staying in the gas actually saved us there, along with the trees. But when you're in the gas and you're in those situations getting bounced around, you have much more control of your destiny when you're in the gas. Kind of like a jet ski almost. Coming through here, again, staying flat, turning the wheel and holding the wheel turned, not counter steering, really getting ourselves that rotation. Here, I don't remember, I think I tried to left foot brake instead of handbrake turning just because it's kind of difficult on my wheel to use the handbrake all the time. It's just a button as opposed to a lever just sitting next to me. That little hairpin to also navigate that with left foot braking. This one, however, I definitely use a little dash of handbrake just to get the back end rotated around. So we're trying to avoid the situation where we're coming around those hairpin turns, losing a lot of momentum, and then our back wheels aren't doing anything, they're just along for the ride, and the front wheels are just spinning. Always trying to keep some kind of forward progress going to avoid getting bogged down with the front wheels. Getting through here quite nicely, no braking into there, spin. Here, however, another turn where you can understeer to your death, hitting the guardrail there. Again, staying on the gas. Staying on the gas has now saved us twice, because we were in control of our destiny. We didn't just slide off the mountain. Here, coming in hot, they call this a hairpin. I almost treat it more of like a square left, the way I approach that turn. Coming into this little narrow section, trying not to die on the walls of death, trying not to die on the understeer there. That's also another place you can understeer off the cliff. And at this point, we're kind of home free, just a few more turns. Hopefully not going to go off the cliff right before home, as we did last time. But I think this time we're going to make it home nice and safe. Alright, so that was a time I set pretty much as the time trial opened. So you'll see here, I think there's 6 people at the time. We got WRC 2023 there for company. Usually he's towards the top of the leaderboard, so I think we set a pretty decent time. However, this next time is actually the fastest time I set. Again, kind of a little bit of a different view here inside the car. Giving us a little bit of a different perspective. Coming into this first turn again, kind of a little scandy flick. Staying in third this time. Again, trying not to let those front wheels get bogged down or just start spinning. Trying to keep that momentum up so we can get through these turns instead of just sitting, on the apex of the turn with our wheels spinning, not making any forward progress. And we can see how we did with the action cam here. Figured out how to get replay access. I can only do it to the fastest time I set, and I can only do it after the time trial has closed. But here we go with a little action shot. Again, coming up to this left 3 don't cut, but we're definitely going to try to cut, living life on the edge, as you have to when you're trying to set the fastest time. Again, coming up to this right 4, going to turn and hold the wheel turned, really believing the car will turn in. And here again with the photographer view. Shout out to the photographers at these events, taking cool videos and pictures of your car. And shout out to this little car. I guess probably hard to see in the video, but it's got PL plates for Polish plates. So shout out to that little guy.
Right 3 opens, long.
And again, we're approaching this right turn here where we can understeer toward death and avoiding death that time around.
Into right 5.
Definitely very easy to slide off the mountain there.
Into crest. Right
Here, you know,
5
trying
short.
not to get bogged down. We do a pretty good job maintaining that full momentum.
40, right 3
And now we're
short,
flat,
don't cut,
just
100.
overlapping some brakes here. Taking this one a little bit tighter than last time, not visiting the tree on the outside.
Left 6 tightens 4 into right
Again,
4
staying
broken,
flat
keep
through
in
here.
40, and square left,
Dabs
don't
of
cut,
brakes,
right
getting
5.
ourselves turned in. Unfortunately, there smacked the fence on the inside, but again, we're staying on the throttle. We're in control of our destiny. It didn't work out that bad. So that's why I hate having the inside the car view. You're always having to use your wipers. We're a minute 20 seconds in, already having to wipe our windshield off. You can definitely go through full rally stages, not having touched your wipers even once. But let's check out the photographer view. I once had a photographer at a rallycross leave me a Polaroid of my own car in action. That was definitely a highlight of my day, more so than even winning the class. So shout out to those guys always taking pictures of your cars. Getting through this turn again, kind of like a square, more than a hairpin, using left foot braking to get ourselves around there.
Hairpin right, don't cut, into left 5, 30.
And likewise through here, just a quick dash of handbrake, getting ourselves turned around. And let's see how that's going to look on Instagram. Nice.
And left 2, 50.
Alright, getting through here, another classic turn brake hold, off brake, and we're away.
Right 5 and left 1, short.
And then through here, a little bit of scanny flick on the brakes here to get ourselves pointed in the right direction here, keeping it nice and tight. Unfortunately, a little bit too tight, smacking ourselves off the wall there.
40.
So approaching this little right-left, staying flat on the gas, not overlapping brakes there, just getting it flicked in. Let's see how we took this section here, right? Unfortunately, bang, just a little smack into the wall. Would have been pretty clean otherwise. And here, right then left, you're kind of avoiding the back end, hitting that little hill on the inside. And again, another understeer of death situation, right? Again, avoiding death this time, thankfully. On our way to set what should be a pretty good time. Again, coming into this hairpin, which I treat more like a square. Try and keep that momentum up, got bogged down a little bit at the end. Let's see what it looks like from the Instagram view. Yeah, that'll make a good reel later tonight. Coming in through here, again, narrow section, trying not to die. Lots of sources of death, including these hills, including the cliff, which we managed to avoid yet again, understeering to our death. Getting really close though, wow. And from this point on, man, you know, don't let the nerves get the better of you, but you're pretty much home free. You just stay pinned in the throttle, not even braking for that turn, just staying pinned in it. And making your way home once again. No accidents close to home, thank God. One more little action cam replay. You can kind of see, right? It almost looks faster sometimes from the outside, which is a bit unusual, right? Things typically look faster when you're in the first person, but in rally it sometimes looks calm and composed in the car. Then you look at it from the outside and you see the car, you know, crazy angles, getting flung around and all these bumps. Unfortunately this time around, not able to get the first spot. Mr. Dago again, knowing something we perhaps don't know. An extra 2 seconds on me and standing down there. Anyways, before I let you guys go, one more interesting view here in the replay, the aerial view. So this is like, you know, the helicopter view. This is actually pretty cool because it gives you a different perspective on some of these turns and your lines through those turns. So here, you know, the time trial is already over. Can't really learn much from it, at least as far as this time trial goes. But you know, you can definitely see the line you're taking. You can definitely see if you're getting bogged down somewhere. You can definitely see the radius that you're taking through each of these corners, and sometimes you can find a better line to take just looking top down. So yeah, helicopter view, pretty cool. However, you kind of do lose the sensation of speed just because you're so far removed from it. Except perhaps maybe there, as you can see yourselves fighting for a life not to understeer off the cliff of death. There is definitely certain death to be had on these cliffs of Mexico. But yeah, just a cool little different perspective, kind of an outro to this video as well. You can see here some of these more flowing sections, right? Unfortunately there, slapping the inside wall, Managing to avoid the pole, thank God. The telephone pole could have definitely ended our time trial there. Got us all spun around. Going in through here, right, the little hairpin sections, you can kind of see, trying to keep that momentum up, trying not to get bogged down, right? We have a pretty good exit out of that hairpin. If you go in there a little bit too hot, what ends up happening, right, again, your rear wheels are just along for the ride. They're not providing any kind of forward push. And if your front wheels lose too much traction, then they just start spinning and not really giving you any forward progress. So definitely kind of trying to not slide out too much, making sure the front end, it has some slippage, right, just by the nature of what rally is, right? But always trying to keep that momentum going forward, making forward progress. There again, man, unfortunately smacking the inside of the wall, just turning it a little bit too early. Here you can see us navigating that right-left. And once again, you see, I think they called that turn a 3. I would almost maybe call that a 2, especially with the exposure there on the outside where you can die off a cliff. Again, you see, from the helicopter, right, it does look like a hairpin, right, like it's a 180. But you can kind of treat it like a really tight square left just because of how you could approach that hairpin. And then here, once again, avoiding the death of understeer off a cliff and hauling through the rest of this section as fast as we can. Trying to get through these corners as smoothly and as quickly as possible. Trying to set a good radius, set the radius once, right, and power through it. And of course, right, don't die close to home. Don't die anywhere, in fact, on the course. Anyways, thanks for watching another one. Let me know what you thought about the different camera angles there. Hopefully provide a nice perspective. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.